Hi everybody, it's Crypto Pingu here. I'm just going over the backtester for the ProfitSniper ATR variant. Basically, you can't get the backtester anymore, but the way around it is to get the link that will be provided alongside this video in the description. And if you follow that link, it will take you to this, what you see here, which already has a nice setup for you, and you can simply just make a copy and then save the indicator as a template. And by saving it as a template, it will mean that you'll be able to take the backtester for the ATR variant and use it on other assets, such as Ethereum, Ripple, EOS, and any others that you want to play around with it on. So that's how you get the backtester. So now I'll just go over how to use it effectively, or just how I've been using it. So, starters, I don't really go for pause after stop loss, and I don't go for the ATR touch exit. As you can see, that's increased the net profit substantially. ATR no trade zone, I don't bother with that. ATR trend switch, I do use that. So I find it's quite good to get decent settings when you're using the strategy finder. I find it's quite handy to stick it on something around, you know, not a lower time frame. If you want more, I'm not going to say set and forget, but if you want like safe trades that give you time for a trend to confirm, or whatever you want to call it, I like to go for 60, as you normally get about one a day, sometimes two, very rarely three. Put 200 random irritations on. I'll go over why in a minute. So if we turn the stop loss, pause after stop loss off, ATR touch exit off, ATR no trade zone off, trend switch on, and then we put the ATR to, let's say you want to find some good settings, so we'll just put it simply between 10 to 20. We'll put the ADX rise in 1 to 3, find somewhere around there. Same with falling, we'll do 1 to 3 on that. The ADX, we'll put it between 10 and 20. So you want to keep a reasonably narrow range. I've been using the ATR variant for a while, off and on, when I've been automating my bots, and I really like the ATR variant. I find it very easy to use and get my head around, and having the ATR just gives you that little edge that can keep you out of some really just trades that you wouldn't get into. So it is very handy to have. So just playing around with it, I found that within these ranges that I'm going over now can get you some really nice settings. Threshold will do anywhere between like 5 and 25. Bollinger Band settings, if I was you, you're just starting out with this, I wouldn't bother with the Bollinger Band settings just yet. That's more for refining the strategy, if you want to call it that. So trading mode, whatever at the moment. Obviously at the moment you just want to be in longs, apart from the dip that happened today, but I'd still say we're going to be going up from here. Ribbon length, I'd say a good range to go around is about 40 to 60. Then you got your length and height of the chand, or however you want to say it. I'd say it's good to put that between 1 and 20. Same with the height, 1 and 20 gives you a decent range to play around with. MACD exits, I wouldn't, again, this is something that I wouldn't bother with until you're looking to refine a strategy. So you're going to basically, let's just whack the take profit and stop loss at 2. But basically, you're going to want to use your ribbons and your chand and the ATR together to find what works well. You're going to put 200 irritations on, or as many as you want, but you know, don't go crazy with it, because what I find is best to do is simply put a few random irritations on using that basic setup, and then run it, let it run for a bit, let it find some good settings, and then eventually when it's done the full 200, you should have some decent settings, and then you click results and it will give you the top 10. I believe it's been a while since I've done it, but I believe it'll give you the top 10 results, most profitable ones. And then from there, you can look at like, okay, so the ribbon length is actually, say, let's say 54. So I'm going to narrow it down from 40 to 60 to 50 to 60. And I'm going to put the chand length and height between 10 and 20, just to narrow it down some more. And then I'm going to whack it on with more random irritations and see what kind of results that we get. So I hope you get what I'm saying there. 174.1%, that's not bad. 90.76, that's not bad. So you can see already it's found some decent settings pretty fast, and this is only back tested to the start of this year, so 2 months to get over 100% profit. You're not really going to grumble at that. I know there's strategies that can get you a few thousand, but what I found, what you got to keep in mind is that sometimes when you're using bots, you can see a strategy that's got a few %1000% and it looks amazing, but you might get in right at the end of it, and then it might just start going against you. You might end up ending in the minuses. So sometimes seeing those strategies that are starting out well, that are getting like 50 to 200% profit, sometimes they might be the ones to jump on board with, potentially anyway. Just about playing around and can, hopefully, you never know, you might get lucky and find the perfect bot and it'll last you a month and make you absolutely tons of money. So anyway, I'm going to try and stop it on a positive one. I'm just going to skip ahead when I do it, so I don't want it to be negative. 63.8, 2.81, 28.9. Feel like next one's going to be good to get stop it. 9.67. No worries though. Well then basically you just look at whatever that is, whatever it's giving you. I know it's in the negative now. Basically you just look at these, you bring up the strategy finder again, and you just say, okay, so these settings are good. I know these ones aren't good, but you just say these settings are good. So let's do it back on the 1 hour time frame with 200 random irritations, and then you just go through it all again, but this time you just start narrowing things down. So you just do like, say 10 to 15, and then you do 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and just really try and narrow your range, and eventually you'll narrow it down and you'll probably get some absolutely amazing settings in a pretty small amount of time, really. Just leave it going for like 20 minutes to half an hour trying to find you some good settings. I'm sure you'll all be able to be quite profitable if done correctly, as this is it is an amazing tool to use. It really is so handy when you know what you're doing. I highly recommend it. Like I said, once you get a good range, you can just keep using that good range over and over again, because I found that the range that I used, that I showed before, it tends to hold up pretty well over a long period of time. It needs tweaking, but that range is a pretty good range to use in the long run. So yeah, I hope you understood that what I'm going over. And like I said, I do fully recommend the ATR variant strategy finder. It is very good, and there should be a link below on how to get the backtester for it. So thanks for watching.